Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your cruise director on the Magical Mystery Tour. Today I have been digging around in my box of goodies that I still haven't used yet. So I thought I would pull some stuff out that some of it's brand new, some of it's just new to me, and give it a go. A couple of things not new to me at all, just to fill in the gaps. But before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads, and if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's get to it. You may have seen I had in my hand, Maybelline have brought out two new kind and free skin tints. I love the original, but they've got the blur it out and glow it up. So I thought we'd do a half and half face of that, which made me pull out some other things. A couple of the products I am using, because I'm still really testing them out. Setting powder is not new at all. I'm just trying to empty it. But we're going to start with the Rimmel Multitasker All Day All Day Grip and Breathable Primer. I've only used this a few times and I'm still not sure about it. I'm not a big lover of grippy primers, but I thought let's use it today and see how we go. Not my usual illuminating primer. So normally if I'm going to wear a grippy primer, I would still use an illuminating one, but I don't. Thought I'd just let these do their own thing today. So this is still, when they say it's grippy and breathable, it's definitely breathable. It feels quite hydrating, and I'll just give that a minute to get to the grippy stage. Okay, that's just starting to get to the grippy stage now. As I said, I have got the two new Rimmel skin tints. So the Blur It Up is a mattifying tint and the Glow It Up is a moisturizing one. These are both in the shade, I think, Golden Ivory. The color will be listed down below. It is way too small for me to read, even with my glasses on. So I just thought it'd be good to put these side by side and compare how they look. So I'll go in on this side with the Glow It Up and then on the other side with the Grip. I've got two Juno & Co sponges here. It has a little nozzle. It's quite thick. This is the Glow It Up. I've put way too much on there to use on one side, but so be it. So, colour selection with this, I think this is going to run a little bit warm. Yeah, that's looking quite orange, but I think the other shade was not going to be particularly great. It runs very warm, and that's the one thing that I have noticed with their skin tints, is that they do run very, very warm. What I will say is, look, we're going to be coming out of winter soon, and hopefully, unlike last year, I might actually get a bit of colour up this year. Determined to get rid of my vitamin D deficiency this year. Now, I'm not going to put a concealer under my eye. I'm just going to bring this up today. And I think that'll be fine. Look, it's not showing up too yellow with the lighting, and it'd just be good if it was a little smidgen or two more neutral for me personally, but it's a nice amount of coverage. I did end up using all of that because I am using a sponge, so that has soaked up a little bit of it. It's a nice amount of coverage, like their original skin tint. It's a Your Skin But Better look. It's sort of a satin effect. And we'll go on the other side with the mattifying so we can really compare then. this came out a little bit runnier, and you can see it's got some movement happening there. Interesting. So this is the mattifying side. We'll see. I actually quite like matte or semi-matte foundations and adding my glow with my highlighter and, well, with my highlighter essentially. Okay, so I didn't need, funnily enough, I need more of the glowy than I do of the matte. This tends to cover better with less. So I've got heaps left over, like heaps. So that's interesting. So you will probably go through your moisturising one quicker. But let me move that to the side now because that's got so much left on it. You can see very similar sort of coverage, slightly more coverage on the mattifying side. And it's still wet, which is why it's got that slight glow to it. Whereas this is, you can see that satin finish on that. I am just going, I don't know where I've put my fan. I'm just going to fan down my face with some paper. And I will set it down with the Maybelline Fit Me. And just in my T-zone, I think, today. And then put some life back into it with some setting spray. Okay, so I have set my face, sprayed it down. They look very similar. I think you can just see this isn't bouncing, like looking at the shading there, it's not as noticeable here, which means it's not bouncing light back as much as this does with the glow. And I think you can just see that glow there. This is still drying down there, but we will crack on. I have a lip stain. This is, I think this is one of those peel off lip stains. It may have come off Temu. I am not sure, but it's a mauvey purple. Let's see how we go, shall we? Because I thought I'd do this now because I can peel it off. We're talking like this, but let's have a crack. Don't worry at how dark it comes out, because it needs to stain your lips. Okay. And I'm not lining yet. I'm waiting to see what this does. I think you need to leave these on about 10 minutes. So let's see how we go. I will find where I ordered this and link it down below. Alright, this is going to be fun. Next up, SheGlam brows. Hold on, I need this to dry. Okay, so this is a gel and a tiniest little two-pronged. Oh lordy. Let's see how we go. Trying to work out what to do first. Sorry. Okay, I don't need much, just at the front. Okay. It's not bad. Okay. Now let's look here while I do it. Feels weird going this way, but it's sort of, it's how they're, is it better going like that? Okay. Oh yeah, that works. I like this. It's good if you don't need too much. I would imagine. Ha! I would imagine you would want to store it like that, so that the ink stays in there. I really hope you're understanding. Now, the gel. Ha! And on this side. I like that. Okay, good Lord. I'm very sticky. Let's do bronzer. It's hard because the words I want to say need me to hook my lips together. BYS Big W. This is a powder and cream bronzer. Which way should we go first? Oh, right. That's a cream, that's a powder. I am not sure about that powder. I'm just going to wipe my fingers there. I'm really not sure about that. I'm going to... I think it's too glowy. Look. I'm going to go in the cream. It's quite sticky. I'm just going to work it like that's got a fair bit of pigment to it. Look at that, after working all of that off there. Holy dooly! I mean, I can do a whole face. Jesus, that's too much. Just tap it in there super lightly, because I look ridiculous at the moment. Okay. How am I going to tone this down, because that is just too much. So I'm getting this and just going, because this will lift a bit. Hopefully. Going in with the clean side now to essentially lift some of that product up. And you can tell my lips are finally dry, thank God. That was an experience. So this, if you get it, look, I'm happy with the shade. It's just a lot, dip in very gently. These are available at Big W, and I'm not sure if they're, I don't think they're available at Target. I think it's only Big W. But I'm pulling a fair bit of that up because I just went in too hard. thinking that it was not going to be very pigmented, and how wrong was I? Criminies. So, do I dare risk going in with this bronzer? I really think it's going to be a mistake if I do. Okay, I've just tapped it in. I'm literally going to flick it off on this because it just will need the lightest touch. Actually, okay, going in, flicking off. I like that hasn't come out. It's just given it a nice glow. But that being said, I've gone in really gently with it. But I like that. I like that. Now, how crazy was that? Oh, I am super glowy. I haven't tried this shade of the NYX Buttermelt Blush. This is intense. And I mean, look at what we're doing so far, really. So I am going in with a fluffy brush and doing the same thing, flicking that off because it's a lot. Just going in lightly because these are super pigmented. This brush is good because of how loose the bristles are. It's not, oh, see, now that's beautiful. Again, tapping off a fair bit because that looks intimidating. And see, I've gone harder on this side. That's okay. I look like a clown. I just grabbed my puff and just tapped over the outside of that. Come on. It'll get better once I do this because this isn't helping how I look. And this next product is scaring the crap out of me as to how it's going to be, which is a highlighter. I have trashed the box. It's an OXX highlighter. It is in a tube like the Milk products. I don't know. I'm assuming this is probably duping something. It's tiny like the Milk products. This is, I thought it was a bronzer. It's very glowy. The cap, when I've pulled it off, has pulled a big chunk in that, right? This is a highlighter. I'm going into the chunk. And I don't know if you can see, that's so goopy. So I'm just rubbing between the two fingers there. Oh, far out. Is anything going to look good out of this? Because the colour is not ideal for a highlighter for me. And with all this bronze, I don't know if it's even doing anything. Let's go up the centre of the nose. It's not really doing much. It's giving it a little glow, but my desk, if you could see what my desk looks like at the moment, I'm going into this awful goopy, it's goop in the top. And let's just... So it's okay once it's blended out. It's more of a gloss than it is a highlight. So you can see how I've got that little bit of a glow happening here. It's glowy. It's not a blinding highlight. But I think once that all settles in, it's going to be okay. Hopefully. Righty-ho. Essence. This was $4. Essence Soft Touch Duo Eyeshadow. I picked up two I've got this and the blues in it. I figured I'm using that pink. I'm using these lips. Look at this, my resting bitch face. Look at it's gone into the corner of my mouth. Let's just wipe that off. It's going to be quite rosy, I can see already. So, these are maybe $4. Maybe. This is wanting to peel. Okay, I think I need to peel this off now because it's starting to come apart. Let's see. I'll just grab some tweezers. Let's see how we go. Oh, that tickles. It tickles. Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, that tickle's coming off. I've tried a couple of these. It sounds quite good. Look at how rosy my lips are. Like very, very, very rosy. I'm just going to grab that's the wrong shade. What I'm going to do is just trying to find, what's this one? This is the Revlon multi-liner. I'm just going to use that on my lips. Just to define it. It doesn't really need it. Particularly when I can't stay in the lines. Probably making it look worse. But put that on, and then I'm just going to put on the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is a clear, just to give it shine. If you're putting on a gloss, a oil particularly, it will cut down the stain time because it will lift it, and it has onto this brush already. I have not found one of these types of stains that really lasts more than a few hours, just as an FYI. I'm going in to this matte. I've just got a crease brush. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm hoping that it can be built up a bit, but that it'll blend out so you can get multi-tonal shading with it. So going in rather gentle at first. Up again. This obviously super cheap, so you don't expect the quality to be amazing. Off again. Okay, I'm adding some depth there now, but I'll go back up here. So I'll put the depth mainly towards the crease, and then as it comes off my brush, and there's only the slightest amount, you can see we're diffusing it up and out. Now again, going in towards, so as if I'm using another colour now to build up there. Okay, that can work. That's easy. Going in with the tip of it now. Sorry, need to bring that up. And just running that under the eye. So this is a simple, easy to do look. I'll just do the other eye now. Okay, so now we've got this shimmer. Let's see what this is going to be like. It feels all right. That's really pretty. That's that pink with a slight blue shift to it. Oh, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I like that. Look at that. So I got this in, as I said, the blue as well. I'm not sure what other shades they have, but I'm liking this enough that I want to see, given the price, I'd really like to see what other shades they have. Like if they've got a neutral brownie shade with like a champagne topper, or even a bronze, that would be really good. And certainly if they've got a green. I don't know why I bought this in the blue. It must have been all they had in store. I like that. That banger. It's going to be about $4.80 from memory. Okay, I have here the, is it Maybelline? Yeah, the Colossal Bounce. I've used this a couple of times. I'm really still getting used to playing with it. I quite liked most, if you saw this where I used it for the first time, most mascaras I'm not really fussed on the first time that I use them most. And this I thought was the same part of the way through. And then by the time I got to the end, I'm like, I don't mind it. So I'm giving it more of a wear out. It does transfer a little bit on my bottom lashes, unfortunately, but most do. The Maybelline Sky High is probably the most foolproof mascara for me, in that if I really want to have great lower lashes, that is what I'll use on my lower lashes, just because it doesn't transfer on me. But I mean, look at that. And I think if you've heard me say it in previous videos, if you try a mascara and you don't like it on the first go, it hasn't quite performed to where you would expect it to, that's okay. You've opened it and it's had air get into it, so it will dry down a bit. Quite often, mascaras can feel too wet when you first use them, and they're not doing everything that they say. So even if you don't want to use it over the course of the next 2 weeks, every couple of days, just open it, take the wand out, then put the wand back in. Don't pump it, but what it'll do is it'll expose a bit of air to it. It will slightly dry it, and then you'll find it'll stick to your lashes better. It won't feel as wet and as sticky, but this gives you dimension. So this is it. What do we think? I thought that this face was going to look a complete disaster with how we were going, and I'm sure you did too. With the foundations, what I will say is, as you can see, once I've done my makeup, you can't really tell the difference between them because I've set down my face and I've put products all over the top of it. So they're both really nice. They blur it out if you've got pores and if you've got oily skin. If you are more dry, normal to dry, they glow it up. The only other thing that I would say to make them look different is don't set it down with powder. But if you want to have longevity, you need to set it down with powder. I could have made these sides look completely different. I could have, on the glow it up side, only just set my T-zone area and then just used all cream products totally on here, no powder. Then on the matte side, really gone in, still just set the T area, but really gone in with a big T area of setting it down, and then just use powder products. So it's about how you use it. As you can see with this, you don't really need to worry about the difference in the look. Again, if you are more oily, get the blur. If you are more dry, get the glow. This BYS, thank you for putting up with me through talking like this. This ended up turning out a lot better than what I thought. I thought we'd hit the no-go zone. The cream is clearly super, super pigmented. Just dip in, like I just tap my finger on that and look at that. But the good thing is, I mean, that was tapping my, like bananas. Super pigmented. Go in very gently with your brush. Work it into either the back of your hand or onto a tray and then go in. If you go in too hard, just damp over it with tap over it with a damp beauty blender. That will lift some of the pigment out. That will help blur it. The powder, whilst it is glowy, this really surprised me. I'm just rubbing it onto my palm so that you can see it diffused out now. This is reminiscent of Hourglass, of their glowy bronzers. So again, go in gently and then really fluff out your brush if using, but super affordable. And I really like how my bronzer ended up in the end. These, I prefer the blush over the bronzer of the Buttermelt products, and I love their highlighters in them. So highlighter is my favorite over the Buttermelt range, then these, then the bronzers. The problem with the bronzers are that they are way too pigmented. These are super pigmented as well, as you saw. This little highlighter, look, it's okay. It's given me a nice little glow on the top of my cheeks. It's sticky and it's messy though, so I wouldn't pick that up at all. This SheGlam brow, really like. If your brows do tend to fall though, this glue feels similar to the NYX, is it Brown My Way? The NYX glue. It's not super, super strong hold, but it's strong enough for my brows, but mine don't tend to droop. I have the occasional rogue curl. I do, however, love this little applicator. It takes a while to get used to using it, but it gives you two brush hairs. It's beautiful. Love it. Store it upside down with the two-prong brush facing down, the gel upwards. This I'm still neither here nor there with. It's just a product, the Multitasker, and I love the Multitasker range, but that to me, meh. The lip tint, how good's that? Don't do the inner corners of your mouth like me if you've got resting bitch face, because she spreads. But that's given me a really nice tint. I don't know how long it will last for. I would say it depends on if you're drinking, if you're eating, and what product you're using over the top of it. Probably just a clear balm as opposed to a gloss would be the better way to go, would be my thoughts, and that will help with the longevity. This little banger, how much do we love that? Again, I reckon this is $4.80. I've had that sitting in my drawer for ages, going, oh, will I use it? Will I use it? Damn straight I will. You can just see I have it blended there. I love that. Like, if I am taking say if I took the Natasha Denona Neutral 5 pan palette that's all mattes, and then I wanted something for a pop of colour to do down the track for one day, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to try the blue soon. I'm going to go and have a look and see what else they have got on there. That Maybelline Colossal mascara, the Colossal Bounce, yeah, I actually really do like it. Fat, thick lashes. I think that's it. What do you think? Did you think that we would get to where we're going, or did you think I was looking like an insane person? I don't blame you. I really don't. It was starting to look a bit crazy. but we get there. See, this is again is a trust the process. If you're going in too hard, you can always pull it back. Don't be afraid if you have set your face with powders and that to still go over it with a beauty blender. If it looks funny afterwards, you can use setting sprays to help rework it. That's what the MAC Prep Prime and Set or whatever it's called. Can't remember, it's been that long since I've used it. Sometimes that's to help rework the product on your face. You can always rework the product. You do not have to be afraid of making mistakes with it, because at the very worst, you're just going to have to wash it off and redo. But we can go insane and come back from it as this has shown. So my loves, until next time, don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends. Come along, hang out, subscribe. Yeah, I'm really happy with where we ended up with this today, surprisingly. I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah.